Kony, coward Sucka Baloney. Man's word dirt, 100 lovers below me. Mutilate his spirit, dirt slap this wicked. Got blood of a skunk, he did it. Still wanna capture, kill Mr. Kony. Raise a war against his child army. From the Ugandan and Sudanese, the ones who rape and kill or loot. Your contribution ain't worth the boot.
So who's Kony?
Bad Kony.
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 Alright, thanks for checking out the video. So everyone's wondering, who is Kony? Joseph Kony is a Ugandan warlord. He is the leader of the Lord's Resistance Army, and he's been a bad guy for approximately 26 years. All of a sudden, in the past week, we see a lot of people sharing this campaign that's called Kony 2012. It's run by an organization called Invisible Children. Now, everyone wants to donate and everybody wants to be involved and go out on April 20th and post posters everywhere to make this guy famous so that there will be international intervention. Is really making him famous going to make our government act? Probably not. Now, this organization is a controversial organization because of many reasons. If you look at its tax filings, you can actually find some information about them that isn't really charitable worthy. If you do donate to the organization, that means you're donating your money to an organization that hasn't yet been externally audited by choice. They did get a 2 out of 4 star rating from Charity Navigator. Now, according to their tax filings, your contributions and donations fund the Ugandan and Sudan army. Now, both armies have been accused of rape, looting, and recruiting child soldiers. So what's the whole point of stopping Kony, the man who actually recruits child soldiers, by actually funding an organization or funding an army that recruits them? Look it up. Do some research before you actually get involved with this organization. Last year in 2010, they've accumulated approximately $10 million in donations. Oprah Winfrey gave them $2 million. $10 million that they brought in, they spent less than 32% on funding the Ugandan children. Well, there's a lot of other organizations that are involved that spend more than 30% on their programming. Okay, for example, we have the Direct Relief, they spend like 98%. You have American Cross, they spend 92%. You're donating your money to an organization that only spends less than 30%. I think your money will go further with another organization that spends 90% of their money. So don't just go out there and buy this media kit so that you can go 420 and just post some posters downtown and vandalize. That's not the right way to spread the word. Trust me, everyone knows about Kony now, okay? It's all over the internet. You do not have to participate in a 420. I do encourage you to share it with others, right? But you don't have to vandalize and go to properties and put posters up where you're not supposed to, okay? You can't do it on public buildings, and you cannot post it on private buildings. That's just vandalism. So Kony uses child soldiers to protect himself. They serve as his bodyguards, right? Invisible Children wants you to donate money so that we can have an international intervention in Uganda. Now, capturing Kony will involve going after him, right? And his bodyguards, the children, are actually going to protect him. So in order for us to take Kony out, we have to fight the children. So there will be a lot of kids that will get killed. If you want to donate $1, keep in mind that approximately less than 30 cents will go to the children. Okay, you want to help out and you can go to Uganda, donate it to a fund or an organization that actually spends the majority of their money on the cause. You're funding the Ugandan military, all right, by giving your money to Invisible Children. And the Ugandan military is not free of human rights violations, okay? Keep in mind, they have been accused before. I have no doubts that Invisible Children has a good cause and that they do want to help out, but I think the way that they're going about it is not the right way, all right? There are other ways to actually approach making Kony famous than to have people go out and vandalize properties, all right? Or to have you donate money so that they can actually give it to the Ugandan army, which has been accused of human rights violations. If you feel guilty about donating your money to the organization after watching this video, I do apologize. Do some research about Invisible Children, look at their tax filings from last year and see exactly where they spend their money on, okay? The organization tells you themselves that they actually fund the Ugandan army. The Ugandan army, once again, is not free of human rights violations. So you are funding another government agency outside of the United States, and be very careful. You could be funding terrorism. Who knows? And if you do fund the Ugandan army through invisible children, and there are any ties to the Ugandan army killing people or raping people, you're going to be in big trouble. I know it's all social networking and whatever, but be very, very careful what you're funding.